IFF News 4 at 6 starts right now.
Starting off our Tuesday with temperatures into the teens and 20s, rebounding into the 50s. I'm tracking some warmer air. We'll tell you when that arrives coming up.
Unfortunately, some people choose to stay in the woods or in a tent during very dangerous times.
A homeless woman dead outdoors. The resources we have and the challenges homeless men and women face.
We're logging on with students and educators, their thoughts on e-learning days and what happens when those days start to dry up.
First on WIFF News 4 at 6 o'clock, cleanup following the weekend snowstorm continues with icy roads expected again tomorrow morning.
We have live team coverage tonight on how this affects schools and shelters across the area. But first, let's start with meteorologist Bradford Ambrose with the area's certified most accurate forecast. Bradford, tomorrow is a live Super Doppler 4 impact day.
Yeah, that's right, Rashad. We've got temperatures once again tumbling down. Not as cold as the past several mornings, but certainly well below freezing, likely teens and 20s. So any of that moisture that melted today, the snow and the ice, will refreeze as we work into the overnight hours. Currently, the air temperature is 30 in Asheville. It's 43 in downtown Greenville, 43 in Spartanburg, and 44 in Anderson. The main weather story today has been the wind chill. Now, the winds haven't been really strong, about 5 to 15 miles per hour out of the west and south. But that makes all the difference in the world when you have already those cold temperatures. So the wind chill in Asheville right now is 22, 31 in Hendersonville, it's 39 in Greenville, 43 in Spartanburg, and 38 in Anderson. Checking out the forecast here over the next 12 hours, the winds will relax this evening, and eventually the wind chill and the actual air temperature will match itself, eventually down low to mid 20s in the upstate Northeast Georgia early Tuesday morning. And into Asheville, temperatures will slide through the 20s this evening, eventually down and to the teens to low 20s into western North Carolina, low to mid 20s for the upstate Northeast Georgia. Nice rebound in temperatures as we head into tomorrow afternoon, into the 40s to low to mid 50s out there. I am tracking some rain chances, also the potential for some snowflakes in some of our hometowns during the day on Wednesday. We'll show you where here coming up in just a few. Sydney.
Breaking news now out of Hart County, Georgia. Deputies say one person is dead after a house fire. They say authorities were called to Old Sardis Drive in Hartwell early this morning. They say 29-year-old Javon Patterson was found inside. We are told life-saving measures were used, but Patterson did not survive. The investigation into the cause of the fire remains ongoing. Across the upstate, school districts are announcing another day of e-learning in the aftermath of back-to-back winter weather events.
Now, many are at the end of their allowed remote learning days, but what happens when those days dry up? Our Caitlin Ashbaugh has answers for us. Joining us live in Greenville after speaking with students, educators, and parents. Caitlin, what do they all have to say?
I hope school gets canceled, right? That's typically what you'll hear from students if you ask them, especially with the snow days we've been having. But for parents and educators, right, this is not just the excuse to log on from home behind the screen. It creates a lingering strain.
Goodbye, boys, cried John Henry.
You may remember e-learning playing a vital role during the COVID-19 pandemic, when 6 years ago remote education was all the rage to keep students online. E-learning actually goes back more than a decade. Screen-based education to avoid being in harm's way. In our case, most recently, during a winter storm.
It's something that districts across the state are approved to use as a mechanism to keep learning going when students can't safely attend school in person.
But keeping students engaged online has proven a challenge. As opposed to a synchronous learning environment where they're working with peers or answering questions from a teacher, students log on and they're given assignments to do on their own time.
Look at student test scores, look at student proficiency rates on any number of assessments or metrics. They all went down in 2021, 2022, and we're starting to see a rebound now. So I don't think you'll find any educator, any family, or any student, if they're being honest, that believes that they can get the same caliber of learning at home as they do at school.
And the challenge grows further than just the grading scale. Families need to make last-minute arrangements to stay home or find childcare, while teachers work longer to create hybrid lesson plans that work through a screen.
We need to be judicious in its use with an understanding that our primary goal has always got to be to have schools open, to have students in them so that learning can advance to the greatest extent possible.
So, Caitlin, the big question, what happens when the schools run out of those e-learning days?
Hey Rashad, well basically we do know that the state of South Carolina allots about 5 e-learning days for each public school district. Once they reach that point where they are at the end of it, they will have to make those up in the new year. Usually that's allotted in their school calendars. We checked with Greenville, Anderson, Spartanburg. Most of them at this point have either used most of their days or they've used them completely. And that means what I mentioned is that they'll have to make them up later in the year. Of course, some districts might advocate for the state or local school board to have those days forgiven, but as I mentioned, that will require going through additional processes later in the school year. Reporting in Greenville, Caitlin Ashbaugh, WYFF News 4.
Caitlin, thank you. And as mentioned, schools are making decisions about tomorrow's classes. Some will be on e-learning while others, schools will be closed. Delays have also been announced, so you can find a full list on our website, that is WYFF4.com, or our mobile app.
Deputies in Abbeville County say they're investigating a deadly sledding accident that happened during Saturday's snowstorm. Deputies say it happened on private property in Honea Path when a man was sledding with a UTV. The victim has been identified as 35-year-old Christopher O'Quinn. The coroner says he died at the scene. No other details have been released. We will keep you updated as we learn more. And to Madison County, North Carolina, where a UTV crash left one person dead. Deputies and emergency crews were called Saturday morning to Buckeye Ridge about a UTV crashing over an embankment. We're told 76-year-old Hugh Blomick died from traumatic injuries.
Anderson County authorities are investigating a possible hypothermia death. The coroner's office says it was called to the emergency room, where they say the person was taken to the hospital by EMS from a home on Lawrence Road after being found hypothermic. No other information has been released at this time.
Right now, we are taking an exclusive look from Sky 4 in Spartanburg County. Pacolet police say a part of Highway 150 is closed due to a crash near Victor Park and Hotel Hill. Officials say there's an 18-wheeler that's stuck at the top of that hill. The closure is expected to last for a while, and police say they will be issuing tickets to drivers who go past the barricades. Right now, they're advising people to use Montgomery and Stone Street to get around that closure.
Duke Energy is thanking its customers for reducing their electricity use this morning as extreme cold pushed demand for power higher than normal. Officials say customers' actions helped lessen the strain on the electric grid and supported reliable service during one of the coldest mornings of the season. We are told Duke Energy is in a position to meet customer demand for the rest of the week. We do have breaking news just into our newsroom out of Greenville County. A death investigation is underway right now. This is a live look at the scene where the sheriff's office says a woman was found dead inside of a vehicle in the Judson Mill area of Easley Bridge Road. Deputies say she was discovered just before 5 this afternoon. Stick with us on air and online as we work to learn more.